Hello and welcome back, Bots and Bits fans. Today I'm taking you on a tour of Mechfans Toys MF-23 Slurdge, their knockoff oversized Dx9 Quaker. Now in typical MFT fashion, the box looks quite striking, has some artwork there, dyno mode there, more artwork there, and that's it. Now Slurdge himself comes in this super protective clamshell. Now, first thoughts, I think he looks pretty good, but before we focus on that, let's take a look down here and check out some of his accessories. Now, straight away, my eye is drawn to this little knockoff Diaclone pilot. Well, that is very cool. Bendy legs, bendy hips, ab crunch, bendy elbow. Does he have a head swivel? Nah, that's pushing it. Yeah, I don't really know too much about the Takara Diaclone set, but I know Mechfans Toys are knocking them off left, right, and center. If you looked into their Mechfans Toys 6-shot, they included a Diaclone power suit with it, which this guy fits in very nicely. Looks great. I'm really digging this power suit. When it came to 6-shot, I had more fun with this thing, actually. This is a very, very cool little set. Now, we also get his Colossal Cannon, which doesn't have any paintwork. The line detail is pretty basic. Not really any sprue marks, just on the handle there. A bit of a mold line in between it, but apart from that, it is pretty tidy. We also get transparent red sword. No LED or anything included in this, but the sculpt work is nice. The clear plastic looks good. There's no glaring sprue marks. Look at that. Sprue marks on clear plastic. Well, on the handle. Right? But that's the only one, and it's going to be covered when he's holding it. There's nothing else on this. That clear plastic turned out great. And then in an extra baggie on the side, we also got silver sword, which isn't too bad. I got one chip up here and one there, but you know, it's turned out pretty well. We also get the instructions, which are pretty clear, except when it comes to where did I have trouble? To the leg. I wanted to see how the dyno head was meant to go, but it never specifies the dyno head in his leg mode, which was a little bit annoying. Back up to Sludge himself, and we'll just chuck those weapons in his hands, see how tightly he holds them. Pistol, or cannon. Jeez, that is tight. It is, there we go, really tight, actually. And the sword, tight again. There we go. Very tight, very sturdy. Alright, so let's get all of this out of the way. Get out. There we go. Alright, Sludge himself. Look at that. That is just 100% Sludge, isn't it? DX9 did an absolutely brilliant job, especially of that face sculpt. I'm really, really impressed with this. And this is about the same size as the G1 toy. Look at how far toy engineering has come. Look at that. I'm blown away by this. Good work, DX9. That sculpt is just fantastic. Now, Mechfans Toys have gone for a different color palette. As you can see, they've gone for a very, very bright silver. They've replaced all the flat yellow with gold, well, sort of washed out gold. Pretty much every paint app on here is metallic. The blue's metallic, metallic there on the leg. Even this black has a metallic speckle to it. This gold, the red there isn't metallic. There we go. The one paint app that isn't metallic. But yeah, it all looks pretty good. Only a couple of flaws in the silver, so like on the arms here, when we take a look, just got a little bit of a sprue mark just in there, just a little bit of scuffing around here, and these edges, the plastic is a little bit rough, so you're just a little bit rough on the edges. But apart from, I've got a little bit of silver paint just splattered on the red plastic there. When it comes into the legs, the blue's done pretty well. It is a little bit fuzzy, but you know, it fits in. Is that dirt or no, just a bit of dirt and then gap there. The gold here is a little bit of mist. You see, I got like a brush stroke in there. You seeing that? Looks like they've gone to touch it up by hand a little bit, and a little bit of overspray just from this toe here, and a little bit of scuffing there. This side is about the same. Tiny, not even any overspray really, but just a little scuff just in the same spot. The gold here is done much better. See how smooth that is? Much smoother. So that really looks like they've gone to touch it up. The red isn't too bad. You can see that it could have done with a little bit more paint on it, because you've got a little bit of the black bleeding in from the edges. This one's a little bit brighter, and yeah, Up here, the gold isn't too bad on the toes. It could have done with another coat, but yeah, it's a knockoff. What are you going to do? It's cheap as well. The blue here looks pretty good. Got a little bit of bleeding on the side there, but that's pretty much it. The face where it matters, that looks perfect. Look at that. The eyes are 100% inner lines. The face is sprayed well. That is just, yeah. I'm glad they focused there and did a good job of it. On the back, not much to speak of. Whole bunch of dyno parts sticking out there. The silver is nicely done. I'm not seeing any scuffs. Anything. Oh, maybe a little bit there. Not sure if that's coming up. Tiniest bit. That silver is very, very consistent. Very well done. And what a shine to it. Look at that. That is just soaking up the light. Yeah, that paint, those colors, I'm digging it. Now when it comes to articulation, things get a little bit tough. There's a few tolerances on this that are just, oh, they're weird. So we'll start at the top, right? So the head is super, super stiff and hard to grab hold of. Not really any forward and back. The wings on the back articulate. They're nice and stiff. They're not loose. I wish that they would get out of the way just a little bit more. So that's about as far as they go. And they're still sort of covering the shoulder a little bit. Yeah, no big deal really. The shoulders out, they're on pins on the hinge out, and you can see these wings, just got to get them out of the way for them. They go up nice and high, and that's a little bit, it's a little bit on the soft side. That one's nice and stiff. And then what's this? We've got a mushroom peg here, forward and back, which is super stiff. And then when it gets a little bit tough is this upper biceps, where we'll see this mushroom peg. This mushroom peg in here. This is incredibly stiff. It really does not want to go the full way around, and you can see it's taking some of the paint off inside the mushroom peg, or is it even, it's even shredding some of the plastic a little bit. It's that stiff. There, look, see that? Focus please. There we go. See, it's taken off the paint. It's that tight. It will go, but again, with these sorts of things, just support all the plastic you're holding so nothing flexes or twists where it's not meant to. And the other side, these wings just get right in the way, don't they? The other side is the same deal, although slightly looser. Paint flake just come off of there. Slightly looser. And then in the same area, the elbows are also stupidly tight. That is, see, that takes a lot of force to move those elbows. Potentially a simple fix, that is just a screw. Oh, I've got a big chip right where that screw is. That sucks. It is just a screw. I would assume that we could probably just loosen that and set it to however you would like. I'm not going to bother, but yeah, it's an option. Wrists, forward and back a little bit due to transformation, and that is it. Got a bit of ab movement here for the transformation, but nothing you would really want to use for anything. Down to the hips out, just on these ball sockets. They're nice and, well, that one's a little bit loose, but the other one does the trick fine. Forward and back, fair range. That one's just a little bit on the loose side again, but this one's stiff as. Have upper thigh swivel, which is on a mushroom peg as well, and it's not too tight, it's not too loose, it's perfect. A little bit of a kink there, maybe a bit of a sprue mark inside there, maybe, I don't know, it doesn't matter. Knee bend is nice and good, nice and tight. So yeah, no articulation in the foot. Now when it comes to the foot, I wasn't really sure. It came like this, and that can't be right. I really don't think that's right. That looks awful. I had a look at some Dx9 pictures. I think the dyno head is actually meant to be turned. Let's just give it a shot. Is it meant to be like that? I think. And then what? Bend this. Oh, it's tight as. Wiggle that back out. So is that how it's meant to go? I don't know. That doesn't look right either. That looks just as bad. I don't know. I'll have to look into it again in a minute. But yeah, so articulation is pretty good across the board. I just had that one slight little looseness in the hip. No waist swivel. It looks like you could do it, but yeah, there isn't any. Oh yeah, the tail on the back moves. But yeah, overall, very, very impressive. great joints, you know, pretty good paint. The sculpt is excellent. Plastic feels nice and sturdy, especially this red plastic. That colour throughout looks really, really good. It's not painted at all, except there's little black accents here, and then we've got this bit of clear plastic in the middle to sort of represent the toy, I'd guess. That all looks really, really nice. I'm impressed with it, especially for the cost. I think, what are these going for, like 20 bucks? That's brilliant. That is brilliant. I'm digging that. He's a little bit unstable now that I've moved that foot. Let's just get that out of the way. There we go. Quick size comparison before we move on. Here it is with the Mechfans Toys 6-shot. We have Mechfans Toys Galvatron, Mechfans Toys Cyclonus, and the Hot Soldiers Soundwave. A pretty good scale, if you ask me. The 6-shot is about the same size as Ultra Magnus, so I think that all works out pretty well. I'm happy with it. I'm looking forward to getting the other two really soon. Let's get stuck into the transformation now, shall we? So let's just move these out, and we're going to open this back section here, fold the fists in, both sides obviously. That's very tight. Stick that in. Lift this tail up just a little bit out of the way. Next step, we need to fold that up, and then we're going to grab this section here and fold it back. Then come around here, grab this section of the chest and fold that out like so. Bring the legs up like that, and then we're going to start working all this out. So grab these legs, and they're on little extendable stalks. Just extend them out and fold them around to here like that. I do have a slight clearance issue with that. I can see that taking a bit of paint off the tips after a couple of transformations, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. Bring that around like that. Next, we're just going to fold these out, bring that head around, put it into place like that. Same on the other side with the neck. Let's just rotate that piece around, and then we need to fold these legs around. So when you bring this section out, you're going to bring it around like that, fold it down, bring it around, fold the leg in, and just like that. And then we're going to bring them together, bring that head around. There we go, like that. And you can see where we're going now. So let's just keep all of that out of the way for now while we flatten that out. Bring the chest around, bring all of this down like that. Start tabbing it in. These bits up here are super tight. Alright, next step is we're going to, right here, mushroom peg, rotate the torso around like that. Move these wings out the way a little bit. Bring the head in as far as it will go. We're going to extend legs like that. Bring them around out of the way. Then bring these wings just around on their hinges. It's pretty easy. It clears it pretty well. And then tab these in together. Now my tab is just so tight. You've got to sort of give it a wiggle in like that. Bring these legs back around. Rotate them at the bicep. Just like that. And, oh God, that's tight. And like that. Bring the tail up. You've got this tab right here that's going to go underneath. And you can see we've pretty much got him. Now we've got to wriggle these knees and the hips. So just wriggle it down and put it in, and then you've got these tabs here on both sides to line it up. Tab that in like so. Bring the head up. Now the chest bit, that just sits there. Okay. Squish these back in, and there we have it. He is done. And I think he looks pretty awesome. I forgot to mention before, the clear plastic on the shoulders on either side, that looks pretty good. Very nice with some detail underneath. The gold, I think, looks great. This is a much nicer gold than what is on the toes here and on the toes here. That's still a bit of a muted gold, but they should have done that on the rest of it, because this is all a little bit dull, a little bit washed out. But still, start tabbing together. Yeah, that tab is just so tight, it just doesn't want to line up 100% for me. I got a little bit of gold, like a overspray or something, just right there. You see that above my thumb? I think it looks great. I think again, Dx9 did a fantastic job on the sculpt of this guy. and Mechfans toys have knocked it off pretty damn well. Now when it comes to articulation, we do still have the jaw, which is really stiff. That, got the head swivel all the way around, just on a mushroom peg, nice and stiff. The dino eyes look awesome. Just gonna focus on that. There we go. Pretty much in the lines. I do have a little bit missing in the front of the eye, and a little bit of a scuff just on his eyebrow, a little bit of a scuff on his nose. The other eye is done really well. The plastic looks good. Yeah, the silver in all of his neck is nicely done. He's holding together really well. You know, I'm happy with it. The legs are nice and stiff. There's no, it would have been good if we could have got a little bit of out on these ones, like on the back. You could have really combined him with a Devastator to get the squash look from the movie. You know what, I'm going to recommend this one early. I mean, I do have some paint issues. Like I said, just a little bit of gold there. The gold there's a little bit dull. They haven't done it on the bottom, which is a little bit, you know, stands out a little bit in dyno mode. The gold here is a little bit dull, just a few little scuffs here and there. It is, for a knockoff, it is a lot of paint. It's not like pigmented plastic, it's just all paint, and paint does scratch. Yeah, there's really not much more else to say about it. So final thoughts wise, is it worth it and should you buy it? Let's make this quick and say yes and yes. He's super cheap, the joints are nice and strong, transformation is good, the design is awesome, care of Dx9. The paint job is much more desirable, for me at least, than the Dx9. The silver looks great, the gold a little bit washed out in places, still looks pretty good. The blues, the reds, the paint on the face looks perfect. It is just absolutely flawless. Dyno mode, the design wise, I'm not a big fan of, like the size of the neck compared to the rest of the body. I understand the limitations when it comes to legend size stuff, but it looks a little bit off. That is my only real nitpick. Apart from that, it all tabs together pretty well. It all holds together pretty well. It all transforms smoothly. None of the joints are failing. He poses really well. He has a great presence. Yeah, go get it. Go buy it. Slag and Swoop have just been released. I'll probably do a review of them as well. Can't wait for them. This is going to be a very awesome set once it's finished. And then also Mechfans Toys, under another name, are releasing these in the toy colours just like Dx9 as well. So you'll have both colours in oversized proportions. And that's it. Now if you enjoyed this video and you like what I'm doing, please like and subscribe to my channel. Remember to check out my Facebook for daily news and updates on third party and KO stuff. I have a new Instagram account, #botsandbits, all one word. And as always guys, thank you very much for your time and thanks for watching.